Hey guys, what's up? It is your friendly neighborhood UberGoose here. I'm gonna be doing a commentary, I guess, over this Octodad run that I did in practice. The final time for this run after I removed loads happened to be 16:10, which is exactly tied for my previous PB. Although the splits will say that I was about 17 seconds faster, that's because loads in this game are actually just a horrible, inconsistent mess. But that's okay. And I'm doing commentary because this was a practice run. I had music going in the background, and my mic was like away from me, and also I was pretty tilted. So there's a lot of negativity in what I was saying during this run. So instead, I'm just gonna do a post commentary, and it'll be great. For the most part, this run was awful, with one really interesting redeeming factor. The reason I was on tilt, though, I guess I can get into that, was basically the whole time that I was playing the game today, like my entire practice session, was such a clusterfuck. Some stuff worked great, and other stuff like didn't work at all. I had a lot of trouble with pizza skip today, and I honestly don't know why. And I had a lot of trouble with ticket proxy today, and I have no idea why. And for some reason, in a home sweet home practice attempt, I put down two burgers and they both just vanished. They both literally they touched each other for a moment and then just spazzed out and vanished, never to come back. Like they actually didn't reappear at the grill like they're supposed to when that happens, which was pretty obnoxious. So lots of weird shit happened, and there was something weird that happened in this run, um, and it ended up giving me a gold split in Deep Sea. Did I get an ILPB in it as well? I actually don't recall. It was a bad general attempt of Deep Sea, except one very specific thing happened that kind of went insane. So, anyway, burgers in this attempt actually went like way better than I've ever expected burgers to go. Like I always expect burgers to be a nightmare. Um, they did it all right. The rest of Home Sweet Home was actually really bad. Just generally slow, clumsy, and just had really no redeeming qualities to it, except for pretty much just burgers. The mowing was slow. The chopping was awful. The beginning of the level was bad. But, hey, it's fast enough, I guess, to get a PB, so who knows. This is the mowing was also really wacky. For some reason, sometimes when I would move the lawnmower around, it would just fling around like in the sky, which I think happens here, somewhere around here, at some point. And then other times it just kind of stayed planted to the ground. And again, I don't get it. Did it not happen in this run? It might not have happened in this run. Definitely happened in a lot of practice. Oh, there we go. Like it has like zero gravity when you need it to have gravity, and otherwise it's just a mess. And here's chopping being a mess. That blade was inside of that log, and nobody can tell me otherwise. And grab the baseball. That was the other thing that was happening. For some reason, it just kept grabbing objects that weren't even remotely close to where my hand was, like that. It grabbed like the bottom back half a log instead of the thing that was, regularly. I don't know. It was pretty close to my hand, the axe. And then there, of course, the birdhouse somehow fell out of my hand. It was just a mess. Everything about this run was awful. And it got really tilting. But I tied my PB, and I guess we're gonna call this one my official PB, because my previous PB, it was kind of rough because my stream actually went out. So I had to estimate one loading screen. So maybe I was lying, and maybe this is just better or worse. Pizza skip worked pretty well. About 10 seconds is pretty good. And that shopping cart, of course, boxing me out as it does. And like this was bad, but the good news is I believe I caught the mango cycle. I think I did. Pretty sure. Yeah. So as long as you catch that cycle, it's really not a huge deal how bad the first part goes. Technically, you can speed it up by going earlier than that cycle. Again, he just, grabs a random object instead of the one that I want him to grab. It sucks. Although it didn't happen with the chocolate milk, if I recall. I think I just grab it immediately, which is a first for me. Normally I have to, push the other milk jugs out of the way. Generally, this Gervison's Grocery was good, though. I got first Mango Cycle, and I think I got mostly Fast Scan. We'll see. Just cruised through that hallway, though, which was really, really good. I mean, in terms of... and there, by the way, in case you don't know, you load checkpoint because it actually cuts out that entire cutscene where Scarlet, like, yells at you or whatever. Yeah, so, like, mostly Fast Scan, missed the pizza, and he dropped it, so I had to pick it back up. But, I mean, sub 130 Gervison's Grocery is awesome for me. You can definitely get faster, but it comes down to a problem of consistency, and Octodad is not consistent at all. This ticket proxy was scaring the shit out of me, because I was like, oh, I had a good grocery, I better not fuck up ticket proxy. And then it got a little spooky with the way that my arms landed, but we nailed it. So, no big deal. Really high, though. You normally don't want to be that high. Tied my PB, though, at least. Did this go well? Right, I had that weird camera flip. For some reason, it, like, thought I was going back up the stairs or something. I think part of Octodad flopped up back into the camera flip. But, I mean, alright. Kelp, you pretty much, you gain or lose a second at Kelp. Right? Like, that's all that happens. It's really not a big deal, especially considering how much time there is to save all over the run for everybody. It's not a huge deal. So here's Deep Sea, which I'm excited for you to see because it's very bizarre. Deep Sea goes pretty normal, but at the very end, something really weird happens. Actually, there's a couple things that happen that are kind of weird. For some reason, at the point where you have to give the shaky light to Stacy, she, like, didn't grab it. I had to, like, wiggle it in front of her face for, like, ages, and it took way too long for her to grab. And if you don't know, for DDR, which is the nickname for this part, it's actually irrelevant how quickly you hit all of the tiles except the last one. As long as the very last tile gets hit on the first frame it becomes available, you've done it as fast as you can. There's no way to speed up the scrolling of this at all. So even if you're really bad at memorizing the pattern, which I tend to forget it if I go like a day without practicing, it's not a huge deal. As long as you get that top right corner at the very moment that it becomes available, you're good. And then here there's a couple strategies that people do. This is the one I do. I go back into that corner, then I come back a little bit, go to the scientist, then come back. And that seems to almost always work. Technically, Stacy is like kind of auto-walking, but she does tend to go towards you. So if you move in specific ways, then she can speed up, I guess, a little bit. Just a little bit, though. I got kind of unlucky because if you notice, that back left plug is actually miles away. Miles away. It's way in the back. I have to actually like move into the plugs to get it. Normally it's supposed to be a lot closer, but it ended up being way too far back, so I had to move deeper. But not a huge deal. I'll find out if I got an ILPB on Deep Sea as well. I feel like I should have, even though it was kind of bad in the plug room, just because of the thing coming up. I got a pretty huge gold split as well. But also, in case you want a taste of my comedic talent, at this point in the run, in my practice attempt, I was making a joke where I was riffing on Soundgarden's incredible, awesome hit single Spoon Man, and was saying Plug Man. Come together with your hands. Literally the same words. So there you go. Like, for some reason, I didn't need to wait for Stacy at all. It just ended. I saved about 6 seconds on my IL time just because it just finished. And I don't know why it happened, and I would love to investigate it more. But the problem is it takes, 3 minutes to investigate. Or I guess 2.5 minutes to investigate. Because you actually have to go through the whole thing. Because the moment that it happens, there's no more resetting. I messed up air hockey mat, as I tend to do. I'm really bad at air hockey mat. I honestly don't have a strategy. I just grab the thing, I flick the stick, and then I move to pachinko and hope. But it's not a huge deal. Like, the amount of time you lose to just trying air hockey mat is maybe like 5 seconds if it's just a mess like it was here. And the time you save by getting air hockey mat first time is probably in the realm of like 10 to 15 seconds. Because if you don't do them, then you have to do pump it up, which I don't know. Yeah, like 10 seconds. 10 seconds to do pump it up. So air hockey mat probably saves like in the realm of like 8 seconds. So I don't know. It's kind of worth doing, I would say. I mean, if you mess it up and it goes horrendously, obviously you're just throwing away time. But that happens all over the run anyway. So I don't think it's a huge deal either way. Also, sorry about the dogs in the background. I can't get them to stop no matter what I do. They'll stop for like 5 minutes and then I'll go back to doing something and they're like, ah, I heard a squirrel outside. Also, Fish Toss was just an abomination. Yeah, so much of this run was just really slop-tastic all over the place. It really only was a good run because of how Deep Sea and Grocery went. And Silent But Deadly, actually. Silent But Deadly, I got an ILPB, I believe? I don't quite remember. It was really, really fast. I got a gold split, I'm pretty sure. And also, another weird thing happened. Like, I don't know. Today's session just was chock full of weird stuff. I don't know what happened. Because I didn't change any settings or anything, but it just all felt off. Like, here, he just didn't grab a toy there. And he doesn't grab a toy there. And then the third A press, he grabs a toy. And then my hand gets clipped into the thing. He drops the toy, so I have to run over to the side to unclip, then back. And I don't even have a toy. Right? Like, what the hell is going on? And then, of course, I'm going to wait for a toy. I'm going to grab it, put it in. No problem, right? Second one, no problem, right? Third one, no problem, right? Fourth one, yeah, easy. All right, grab the turtle. Nice, dude. Easy. Look at how good it is. Oh, they respawned. Okay, he didn't grab that. He just shoved it away. How about this one? Nice, easy. And that one? Nope. Just pops off. Don't get it. So, lost a chunk of time here. Pretty much all the time that was saved in Deep Sea got lost there, which sucks. Especially because I probably have like 30 seconds to save on arcade. So, yeah, it sucks, but what are you going to do? And I also couldn't find a zip line here. That's what I call it, by the way. When you find a spot that just kind of raises you up really, really fast during fly glitch. I call it a zip line. Couldn't find one, so took a while for the fly glitch. Probably lost like a second or two there. So Shark Naked, or I guess not Shark Naked, Sea Legs is this level. Flashback on my splits. This was also weird as hell. Mostly because I got the cutscene skip, or I executed the cutscene skip, but it didn't work at all. Like, you'll see. So there's a cutscene that happens here. And here's another thing. Those boxes weren't spawned in this session. I don't know, man. Nothing makes sense anymore, alright? Like, this session was just chock full of weird shit. I think my computer's dying or something. I actually don't think that. I think Octodad is just an inconsistent mess. So this cutscene happens, and then Chef, if you, wait, if you take too long, then this cutscene happens. But for some reason, it happened early, even though I executed the cutscene skip perfectly. Not only did it happen when it wasn't supposed to happen, but it also happened earlier than it ever happens. It's not based on your position, it's based on time. So for some reason, I got to a position that made the game think a certain amount of time has elapsed. I honestly have no idea what made that cutscene happen. I honestly haven't hit that cutscene in ages. So there you go. Also, goddamn, I mashed hard here. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I mashed hard here. If you pay very close attention to the tentacles in the back, every time they jerk for a moment, that's a button press. I want to say I probably had a solid 20 a second mash, which means that because this is at 30 frames a second, you I don't know, man. It was a lot. I can mash really hard. And also I got second cycle. It's not a huge deal. First cycle and second cycle are pretty much the same. It's like a matter of 4 seconds. First cycle is way too specific for me, though. Like, I've tried to find setups to make it work, but I can never really get it consistent at all. I probably could if I put the time in. I mean, I've put a lot of time into this level to try and get, under 125, but I've never been able to. I think I could get under 125 if I got first cycle and just mashed the ever-living hell out of my controller. Oh, that sounds like it would hurt real bad. So, check this shit out. Silent but deadly. Look at how clean this is gonna be. Look at this skip, right? Flag glitch, leg, flag glitch, right? We out, and we in. And I actually got it in such a way that I somehow despawned this room, even though I wasn't that high up the stairs. I think it's because I fly glitched up the stairs quickly. And then we get right on in. And look at that shit. 20 seconds. Gold split. Beautiful. So after this run, my sum of best is 16:04. And that's with loads. And my loads are between 1 minute and 1 minute 30. So theoretically, sub 15 is plausible, even without me doing insane stuff. And there, I got unlucky. Chef didn't work. So this is the backup strat that I do. Technically, you can use this backup strat to get early fish, but the problem is that Chef could theoretically throw cleavers at you during this cutscene. And if he does that, and you are in a bad spot, he can actually kill you, and it'll take so much time to redo. So I actually decided, because this run was pretty good, I didn't want to go for early fish. Early fish saves maybe 3 to 5 seconds. In this case, it would have saved like 2. So, not a huge deal, honestly. And there's the run. So I got a 17:20 on splits, and the loads were about 1:10. So this is a 16:10, which is tying my old PB. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.